So one reason why I'm really excited for the Oscars this year is because for the first time in a really long time, everyone who's been nominated for a Best Original Song Award is coming to perform. Just imagine seeing Pharrell, U2, Karen O, and Idina Menzel on the same stage. That's gonna be insane. Alright, so this is part 9 of my Oscar coverage. This time we're talking about Best Original Song, and I love this category because, I don't know, it's just fun, talking about individual songs. Now, in terms of my criteria for this category, first of all, there's quality of music and lyrics. Now, this is ultimately a very subjective kind of way to judge the songs because, everyone has a different taste in music. So, people are obviously going to disagree with me here, but, this is what I think. But since this is the Oscars, not the Grammys, I really place more importance on how the song relates to the movie. Like, I want the songs to have the same themes as the movie, and I also put importance on how the song is used in the movie. So usually songs that are just, that appear in the credits of these movies, they'll pretty much appear lower on my own list. But if the movies can use these songs to better effect and, to further the story and stuff, they'll probably end up higher. Alright, so let's not waste time. The nominees for Best Original Song are Alone Yet Not Alone from Alone Yet Not Alone, Bruce Broughton and Dennis Spiegel. Happy from Despicable Me 2, Pharrell Williams. Let It Go from Frozen, Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez. The Moon Song from Her, Karen Orzelek and Spike Jones. And Ordinary Love from Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, U2. The list this year is okay, I guess. I mean, it's kind of disappointing to see a couple of, credit songs in there. Although I have to mention for this year, the nomination for Alone Yet Not Alone has been revoked because, the guy who wrote the song apparently emailed a lot of people and said, hey, check out my song and vote for it if you want to, which is a pretty dumb move. What baffles me though is how come there's no replacement for it? I mean, I would have loved to see something like Icy Fire from The Hobbit or, one of the songs from Inside Llewyn Davis. And I know the Academy has this stupid rule about, technicality about, if the soundtrack had, previous music from other works, then it can't be nominated. So I don't understand that. Anyway, given what we have, I'll be listing the songs 4-1, and I'll be making my prediction of who will win the Oscar later on. Now, at fourth place, I'm gonna put "Happy" by Pharrell. Now, honestly, this song is very, very catchy. It's very, very G-rated and kid-friendly, and it really does show Pharrell's skill as a producer and, just an artist in general, because he knows how to make catchy songs. Like, he does so much, diverse stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Pharrell. I mean, I don't listen to him regularly, but I can appreciate, like, his skill. The song's definitely aimed toward kids though, because the lyrics are they're very simplistic. So like I'm not a huge fan of that, but I do though think this song relates to the film because in the first Despicable Me, like a lot of the songs were very, this whole spy thing. But now because the character of grew because he's happier, and like I thought this song really matched. And it's really cute, and like if anything, these movies are very cute. That's what they are. Unfortunately, this is a credit song, and I don't care if, Despicable Me 2 has, like, minions dancing around the credits. I find the minions annoying, I'm sorry. It is a catchy song, but, again, this is the Oscars, not the Grammys, and I'll have to put it fourth place. Now, third place is Ordinary Love by U2. Now, if this were the Grammys, and if I were just judging these songs based on how much I enjoy the songs, how well written I think they are, Ordinary Love would be number one, man. Like, I love this song so much. I love U2, but I have to put away my bias for now and judge this as, an Oscar-nominated song. Really, there's something about the way U2 writes songs. I mean, like up to today, they're still kind of relevant. I'm a huge fan of Bono's lyrics. I mean, you might not be a fan of the use of the word magic marker in the lyrics, but I love it. Like I think his songs just kind of roll off the tongue really easily, and I really really like how this is related to Nelson Mandela in a very indirect way. They don't want to mention his name or anything, but the lyrics, for me at least, and what I know about Nelson Mandela, really do support kind of his ideals and stuff. But again, this is a credit song, so I can't really put it up there. And while I really, really love U2, I love the performances that the band gives here. I love how they chose to tribute Nelson Mandela through another way. I love that, but it ends up at third place. Okay, now these last two songs, were actually used in the movies themselves, so they do end up higher on this list. So number two, I would put the Moon Song from Her. When I heard the Moon Song for the first time, I thought it was just like this really short, expendable kind of little ditty on a ukulele, and I didn't really pay attention to it. But after hearing it used in the movie and I listened to it again, like it just has so much meaning now, like it really is a good way for them to define the relationship between Theodore and Samantha in this movie. And even just the way the song is written, it's very sparse, it's very simple. I like that because, this movie is about a lot of complicated things. And, Samantha in the movie has a habit of making songs and stuff. And it's nice that, it's a very simple song this time. The moon song appears in like one scene in this movie, and despite that, it really, really affects people. I mean, I know for a fact a lot of my friends cried during the moon song scene. I myself didn't, but it was very touching. Like it's just nice and fuzzy and warm and stuff now. Unfortunately, the moon song ends up at second place just because I think it's just way too short. And like the way I see it, honestly, if you were to take out that scene with the moon song, or at least take out the song itself, it wouldn't really affect the movie in any way. And really, what I'm looking for is a song that pushes story forward. So unfortunately, the moon song, as cute and nice as it is, ends up at second place. Now, at number one, I know this is going to be a very, very controversial pick because this is the popular choice, but I'm going to go with Let It Go from Frozen. First of all, I know that this song has been done to death. There are a billion covers of this online. It's so annoying now, but I will always try and remember the first time I heard Let It Go in the theater, and I remember it blowing me away because honestly, like you have Idina Menzel singing this, and she is one of the best singers ever. And while the lyrics again aren't like super amazing or anything, Idina Menzel really does make it work. And I think people have to remember what this song stands for, especially in the context of this movie. I mean, Frozen was all about subverting the Disney princess formula. And it's interesting to note that Let It Go is a song by a potential Disney princess, Disney queen, celebrating that which makes her different, celebrating that which, caused people to exile her pretty much. And that's so different, especially for a Disney movie like this. I mean, at this point, she's pretty much celebrating being like the anti hero, even if she doesn't know it yet. And I like how they use the song. It is pretty much like the centerpiece of Frozen. And if you pay attention to the other songs in the movie, like there are lines from Let It Go in those songs, and you kind of see that really represents how Elsa's trying to repress, being happy for her powers and stuff. And I just recently watched Frozen again. What I noticed is that whenever I hear Let It Go, just as it is as a song, it doesn't really affect me that much. But when I hear it in the context of the movie, like when I watch the movie up to that point, I get chills, man. Like it's such, like when I look back at it, it's such a good and well placed song. It really stands for so much, and I love it. As for who I think is going to win the Oscar, it's gonna be Let It Go. You know that. Interestingly enough, Ordinary Love won the Golden Globe, which made me happy. But I see that more as a political move because Nelson Mandela had just died, and people are trying to pay respect to him, and I guess that's okay. But Let It Go has been building steam since then, so I think it's eventually gonna take it home, yeah. And Happy and the Moon Song, they're just a bit too simple, I think. I mean, the Moon Song again, her wasn't as honored as I thought it was going to be, and Happy, it's Despicable Me too, flies under the radar of Academy voters. So yes, Let It Go and Let It Go. Those are my picks. What do you guys think? Who do you think should win? Who do you think will win the Oscar this year? And if you agree with my thoughts or if you disagree, please, whatever you think, please leave a comment and let's have a conversation.